What up, what up, what up, good people? Welcome back to another episode of Questions with Coach. And we're going to lead you all the way up to 7:15, which is the lunch break hot take show with Jose and Brodney. So if you want to get your questions in, exclamation point Q, I can see them on my screen. Now I can pull them up and we can talk about it. But before we get into it, you guys know I got a sponsor, 621 Studios. And I just happened to, matter of fact, just leaving an event there. And I appreciate what they do for me. And this event, it was hosted, well, not hosted. The artist was, let me get the name. It's May Payne. And it may go over a lot of people's head. It kind of went over my head because it dates back a little bit before my time. But it was the one time she was, I want to make sure I say this right. I don't want to say the wrong thing. She was in circles with John Lennon. And so now she was selling some Polaroids that she's taken. She took of them at the Art Gallery 621. And it was pretty interesting to see John Lennon and his younger self just doing regular stuff. It was pretty interesting. So shout out to 621 Studios who had hosted me and my wife a few moments ago. And they support the channel by being a sponsor. So that's where we at. I just wanted to, throw it out there and let you guys know about the sponsorship. And it wasn't just a film thing. We actually went there and it's a cool spot to kick it with. And plan on going to First Friday too. But let's get to the reason of why we're here. Let me get your questions situated and we can go ahead and get started. So if you want a question, answer it. Do it like that. Exclamation point, Q, then whatever your question is behind it. And that's how I can see it on my other screen to pull it up and to answer it. And again, we're going up to 7:15, which is the lunch break hot take show. And even if you don't press anything, when I end this stream, it'll take you right over to their show. But if you do decide to just leave out and go to their show, make sure you tell them Coach sent you when you go over there. All right? But let's get into the first question as I scroll down. First question is from Brandon Bazel. He says, is Kurt Warner still calling our offense clunky? I haven't seen anything Kurt put out recently. I think the last thing he put out had nothing to do with the Ravens. So I didn't check it out. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm sure he'll throw something out there, especially, if we win Sunday, he'll put something out there about the offense. But I mean, once you've been slick hating for so long and you keep winning, your slick hating don't really register like it used to. Because, that's all it was. It was just slick hating. It was trying to secondhand compliment you, or backhand compliment you, whatever the word is. And that's all it was. He just slick hating. But we'll see. And always saying I just do it for the betterment of the athlete. Man, these young kids don't care about the old folks, man. So they ain't listening to nothing you talking about. Nothing you talking about. So unless you hating on them, they listen to that. And that's what it came off to me as hating. But it is what it is. My bad. All right, next question. What up, Black Daniels? Matter of fact, a few shout outs real quick. Urban Closer, Brandon, Shrunken, Big Reg, Marcus Payne, Pretty Girl TLB, Urban Closer, I think I already got him, Black Daniels, Paul, Steven FL, was good. I ain't heard from you, talk to you in a while, buddy. Clot, Malik B, J Mills, 410 Easy, C Iron. I see you guys. Appreciate you for coming through. Let's go to the second question. Where is it? Here it is. From Shrunken, it says, Shuriken 11, however I'm saying it. I may be saying it right, maybe saying it wrong. It depends on how you pronounce it. I don't have that accent. How do you measure our defense against Kansas City's? Are there any similarities? I was having a conversation today with somebody, and we were talking about the Kansas City defense and how, we kind of really like what they're doing on defense. I don't know who is injured or who is potentially injured for them other than the guard. I'll look into that a little bit later as far as their injury report. But I like Chris Jones. The rest of their D linemen are okay. A guy me and Garnett used to call a name Karlaftis. We called him STD because his name sounded like that. But Karlaftis, he's playing okay. I don't know who they have at edge, so I don't know what what or who they have at edge to even say how good they are, but I really do like their DBs and their linebackers. I like all three of their linebackers: Willie Gay, Bolton, and Bacani, however you say it. I like all three of those guys, and they got two really good DBs. I think their slot corner made one of them all pro teams. One of them three all pro teams, the slot corner made it. And they got Snead out there too, who's real physical. So they legit on defense. They legit. Now, I don't think they do as much stuff as we do on defense, but as far as lining up and playing, they legit. You can't take them lightly. Keep in mind, Kansas City is now a defensive team. Yeah, Pat Mahomes is still on the offensive side, but right now in this present form, Kansas City is a defensive team. All right. Next question. Let's see what we got. From Attitude Pop. He says, did you see the shade? Did you see where Shady even said if Lamar wins a Super Bowl and Super Bowl MVP, he and Pat would never close. And they also keep labeling him as the fourth best QB because they said Josh is more talented and Joe went further. I got something for that. Hold on 1 second, Attitude Pop. Let me get an answer to your question up here real quick. Give me 1 second. 1 second. Hold on. I'm still answering your question. I just gotta find my answer. Where is it? Oh, because I can't get the quick access. That's what it is. Here we go. Now we're cooking with Crisco. Oh, it's just coming. Just a second. Hold your horses. All right, put this over here. Close this down. Put this back. All right, here's the answer for you, Shrunken. For them people that think that. That's the answer. That's my answer to that question. Now back to me. But legit, man, I hear what they say, and I kind of use some of their stuff for content. But I don't. They need clicks, just like they need people to watch their shows, just like I need y'all to watch my show. And they'll say outlandish stuff to do it. I'm gonna just keep the truth. I'm gonna speak the truth and speak how I feel and speak what I think. So it is what it is. But there's no way he's the fourth best quarterback. It's Pat and Lamar and then everybody else. Like Bryden said it the other day on the show. It's Pat, Lamar, and everybody else. So it is what it is. Let's find our next question. How do we beat the Chiefs? All right, so I don't want to just straight up give that answer away, in my opinion, because I do have the video at 9:15 talking about how we can stop their run. And so to get my answer to that part of the question, tune into the video at 9:15. And that's gonna be live too. That video will be live too. And we'll be showing you Isaiah Pacheco's runs from the last game and how we can stop them and whatnot. So that's what we're gonna be doing at 9:15. All right, next one. Do we trust Marlowe and Mark to come in rust free, or do you think it'll be smarter to slide Marlowe in the slot and rotate both of them in and out? How would you handle it for both of them? Both of them will be rotational pieces for me, not starting. Both guys will be rotational pieces for me, not starting. But I kind of wouldn't put Marlowe in the slot because I like what Marlette and Hamilton's been doing there. I do. And not saying Ronald Darby's bad, but I would rotate him in. I'd rotate him three corners outside. Darby and Marlowe. Let Brandon stay. Brandon's been playing lights out. Let Marlon stay. Rotate Marlon and Darby. Let the interior of the foundation work, because it's been working with Hamilton down there sometimes and with Marlette down there sometimes. So I would just do it like that. Does anybody have it better than us? Yeah, I can't understand because I really don't like. He get on my nerves with that. That done ran his course with me. that who's got it better than us that ran his course with me. It goes over my head, and I'm just really tired of hearing it. Honestly, I understand where he's going with it, but it just ain't. It ain't for me. It ain't for me. Next one from Mark. Can the Chiefs run between the tackles well enough for us to punish our light boxes? Again, Mark, that question is going to be answered at 9:15. Short answer, sometimes. What I will say about the last game is Pacheco broke a lot of tackles. I'll say that. Pacheco ran through a lot of arm tackles. Nobody really tried to hit him in the mouth except for right at the goal line. So I'll short answer that one. All right, Clinton Conversations. He has another one. He's not another one, but has a question. I'm sorry. If Spider-Man and Batman got into a fight, who would win? Depends on which Batman you get. Depends on which Batman you get. If you get the Batman from that beat the Joker up, you get that. You might get that one. If you get Spider-Man, the older Spider-Man, the one that I forget his name, Tobey. If you get Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, he gonna lose Batman every time. But any Spider-Man will beat the first Batman. Next one up for Gary Barrett. He says, you think Likely should be tight end 1 on Sunday and Mark should be tight end 2? 100%. 100%. Likely should be tight end 1. Mark should be tight end 2, if not 3. I do not put him back in the starting lineup. I know how loyal we are to our players. And I say we, I mean in the organization. But the way Likely's rolling right now, let Mark be an additional piece. I wouldn't start him. I let him be an additional piece to the puzzle. I let him be somebody that can sub in and rotate in and have certain packages and plays for him. Because he's immediately a threat once he come on the field. But I wouldn't start him. I'd ease him back in. He ain't played since week what? 11 maybe? 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Bye week. Last week. That's 9 weeks. That's almost 2 months. Well, that's over 2 months. That's a little over 2 months. So yeah, I would ease him back in. I would ease him back in definitely. Next one, 410 Easy. Does Monken have any predecessors we can hire to take over for him if he leaves? We need somebody who's under the same philosophy. I think Lamar can win at least 2 Super Bowls under this contract. If not, I think T can do it. I was thinking about that the other day. That's a good question. I'm thinking T can do it. Now, I'm going to throw this back at you. I think T can run what Monken runs. He can just take what Monken does, maybe put a little twist that he may have on it. But for the most part, just take the philosophy and run with it. I think T can do it. If Monken gets a job. But I personally don't think Monken going to get one. Not yet. But I know his resume is going to look good with national championship, and maybe Super Bowl on it too. That resume going to look real good. Now, that dude on the other side of the ball, that cat gone. That cat gone unless he get like, okay, you're going to be the next head coach here in Baltimore. But that cat, in my opinion, he pretty much gone. Now, what I hope is on the staff is somebody that can run his defense. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping there's somebody on the Baltimore staff that can run McDonald's defense. Because I think he pretty much gone. Monken, maybe not so much. But Lamar, I think Mike McDonald is out the door for Nito. Because everybody want that cat. Let's see who else next. Big Reg. 1 to 10, how butthurt do you think Sherman is? What he butthurt about? About Lamar still doing good? About the MVP or what? You know, he's a 49 homer. He's from the West Coast, from the Bay. Went to Stanford, not too far from San Francisco. Played in San Francisco, played in Seattle. Who cares, man? Who cares? He was on the get the Brock Purdy MVP train, and all of them got knocked off the train. Like everybody was blasting Cam. Turns out Cam was probably right. Now I will give Brock Purdy kudos for doing a game-winning drive last week and leading his team down there to get that victory. I'll give him kudos for that. But Richard Sherman, probably not. He gonna come up with something else outrageous to say. Because he on the show with Skip. And they got to say outrageous stuff. They got to. They even got Michael Irvin saying stupid stuff now. It is what it is. They grasping for straws over there at Undisputed. They grasping for straws because Stephen A. and Shannon, even though, they put out some crazy stuff too, they kicking their butt every day. And so they just put out stuff to try to get people to click or tune in. J Millie 52 says, "Do you think we still play a shell coverage against this type of Chiefs offense?" I think so, but the thing is with Todd is you don't get the same thing twice. Whatever you see pre-snap, it's not what you're gonna see post-snap. So it may look like that shell coverage, and it may transform into something else once the ball snaps. And that's one thing I really love about Mike McDonald's defense. Like whatever you see pre-snap, you're probably not gonna see it post-snap. You got to adjust to it. Now that's what I think C.J. Stroud had problems with. I think C.J. Stroud had an issue with the post-snap. Like pre-snap, he see it and be like, okay, they ain't cover two. So he now knows what his cover two routes are. Then post-snap, and they ain't in cover two. Now he like, ugh. And by now he getting tackled or getting sacked or getting chased. So it is what it is. Let's see. What else we got? Who next? Let's see. 9:15 past your bedtime. All right, go. Another one from Urban Closer. Do you think the media is giving the Chiefs bulletin board material? At this point in the game, if you need bulletin board material,
it's a respect thing.
Appreciate you, Sean. Let's see what Sean said. I'm gonna swing back to your question. Oh, what's up, Sean? What's up? He just said what's up. That's all. Appreciate you, Sean. Not much, just chilling answering these questions. Do you think the media is giving the Chiefs bulletin board material? From Urban Closer. Again, like I was saying, if you need bulletin board material at this stage, why are you here? I can see maybe during the season somebody say something crazy and whatnot, but no. We've played better than them and we've looked better than them over the course of the regular season. So for people to pick us and say we should beat them,
it's a respect thing.
Get to it in just a second, Hawk. Appreciate it. I get to that in just a second. For them to say that we're supposed to beat them and whatnot, that's just par for the course, because over the course of whatever long this is, August, September, October, November, December, over the course of the last 5 months, we've looked like a better team. So, yes, they should say stuff that looks like we should beat them because they haven't looked like the good team. Well, the best team. But they do have Pat Mahomes, and Pat is that guy. So, we'll see. Let me get the Hawks up here. Hold on. 6:59. Let me get the Hawks up here. All right. Let's see. He said, appreciate the 22. Appreciate it. What's going on, Coach Evans? My wife is a huge Ravens fan and is superstitious. Asking if you can back me up by helping to give her a vote of confidence, give her a vote of confidence for her favorite Raven. With love, my wife, Brittany Hawkins. Hey, well, tell you like this, Brittany. Hold on. Let me get this on. Let me raise up a little bit so you can see me. Don't stress. The thing is, even if they cover our receivers, even if they get pass rush, you know who back there waiting. Now he's the ultimate playmaker. So relax. Just like last week when they were talking about when the score was 10-10, everybody was stressed out and wanted to panic. And I said relax. As soon as I said that, they missed the field goal, and then we commenced to kicking their butt. So just calm your nerves, just chill. Now they gonna score. Some stuff gonna happen. Some bad stuff gonna happen. But we gonna hold it tight. Roquan and PQ gonna have that defense ready, and some unsuspecting hero is gonna show up. Just watch. It's gonna be somebody on either side of the ball that we rarely talk about. That's gonna be a hero, and we gonna win this game. So that's me calming you down and giving you your pep talk. Appreciate your Hawk TV. Appreciate it. Let me go back to the questions. The last one was at 6:59. Okay, let's see what's next. Here we go. Here's the next one. It says, do you see our running backs for next year as Cook and Mitchell? I see Cook, Mitchell, and somebody else. No. You got to do Hill too, because Hill is the only person on the contract. Hill on the contract. So you can't forget Hill. Hill's the only running back we got on the contract. Gus's contract runs out. JK's contract runs out. I'm not sure about Mitchell because he was a UDFA. So I don't know if his deal is 1 year or what. So I'm not sure about Mitchell. But Hill is the only person on the contract. Obviously, Cook is just this playoff run. He's not on the contract either. So we'll see. Let's see what Sherman. Next one's about Sherman. Sherman talking about Mahomes beats Lamar. Sherman is talking about Mahomes beat Lamar, beat him. Oh, man, forget Sherman. We ain't thinking about him. And again, appreciate the dub. I'm sorry, the $2, Sean. Appreciate it. What the next one? Have you noticed how Roman is gone? They actually had Lamar doing real QB drills at practice. That's T. That's T. T had to kind of watch what he did up under Roman, because if it didn't fit what they was doing, what was the purpose of doing it? But yeah, they definitely do stuff that we're accustomed to seeing other quarterbacks do. Now, to say they didn't do it, maybe they did and we just didn't see it. Maybe they did and we just didn't see it. So, but,
Respect. It's a respect thing.
Appreciate you, Brew. Let's see what Brew got for us. Appreciate it. Let's see. Let me scroll down a little bit. Here you go. Appreciate the dub. He says, if we win, Harbaugh retires and hands it over to McDonald. Our team seems to be getting a little younger. I would love that. I'd be 100% down with that. We win Super Bowl. Harbaugh say, I'm out of here. Get that thing to McDonald. I would love it. Because, I mean, if Harbaugh wins the Super Bowl, and as much as we talk about Harbaugh, as much as we complain, and when he do little silly stuff, he win the Super Bowl, that'll be his second. Harbaugh be goated, man, in the NFL circles. 2-time Super Bowl winner. That man would be goated. And he just ride off in the sunset. He'd be real goated in NFL circles if he won another Super Bowl. So he may just ride off and be like, hey, I did my thing. I'm untouchable now. and just go do whatever he want to do. Chill with be a family man, if that's what he want to do. But then again, he may have that competitive edge to run it back. We'll see. From Joe Howard. Joe says, how important is outside zone? Man, I ain't got to finish reading the rest of that question. How important will outside zone be on Sunday, he means? Because we're not playing Saturday, we're playing Sunday. And would it be better to have Hill or Cook? Joe, you answer your own question. Outside zone is going to be extremely important, and it's a lot better to have Cook and Hill run it rather than Gus. No shade to Gus. No shade to Gus at all, but did you see how explosive Hill and Cook was? More so Hill than Cook on them outside zone runs in that 9th possession that I showed y'all. We ran outside zone to the right 4 or 5 straight times. They stopped it once. And pretty much whenever we run it, and I ain't say run it every play, but we did against the Texans. But even when we sparingly just threw it out there, we always got yards off of it. The toss, we ran some tosses to Gus. I just don't think Gus is a stick your foot in the ground guy and go. But because it takes him a couple steps to slow down. But Hill and Cook, they stick their foot in the ground and go. And so I like outside zone a lot better with those guys. And hopefully we mix it up and maybe even have some boots off of it. I haven't seen us boot off of outside zone yet. I've seen us give it every time out of a pistol look or from under center. I haven't seen any boot off of it yet. And I may have missed it, but I haven't seen it. Let's see. Who's next? Again, if you got a question and we got about 2 or 3 more minutes, exclamation point Q, then your question. Keaton Mitchell's on a 3-yard deal. Appreciate it, Big Rich. Appreciate it. So Keaton Mitchell, to go back to that question, Keaton Mitchell, Hill, and then I wouldn't mind it being Dalvin Cook. But we got to see. We do have to test the waters and see what Saquon want, what JK want. But I wouldn't be opposed to those 3 guys. I wouldn't be opposed to it. Let's see. Next one here. Also, Coach, if we were to compare Lamar and Pat's resume, would it not be closer than people think? But it's like people are scared to even make the convo, but people are comparing Pat and Josh. So I don't know. I mean, I almost stand by what I said. I think it's those 2 guys. I think it's Pat and Lamar, and that's it. I think it's everybody else is below those 2 guys. I really do. And I know, like I mentioned it. I think I got a short coming out, but I mentioned it Monday when we talked about Jameis Winston. When Jameis Winston had them 5,000 yards in Tampa and had them 30 touchdowns. Every time you said 5,000 yards, 30 touchdowns, somebody said 30 interceptions. So you have to put his turnovers in there. So if we add the turnovers up, why are we even talking about Josh? Because he got buku turnovers. So you can't talk about how great he is and leave out turnovers because you didn't do it with Jameis. If Jameis had 5,000 yards, 30 touchdowns, and 10 interceptions, we'd be saying Jameis had one of the greatest seasons ever. But he had 30 touchdowns and 30 interceptions. So now that it negates the fact that he even threw for 5,000 yards because of the turnovers. So put Josh in that same boat. It is what it is. All right, this is our last one before we head over to lunch break hot take. It's from Sean. It says, how do you feel our O-line will hold up versus their D-line? Yeah, I'm going to talk about that in that video, but only person I'm worried about on their D-line versus our O-line is Chris Jones versus Simpson. That's it. Well, and Linderbaum. Because Linderbaum got those short arms. But that's all I'm worried about. That's it. All right, last one from Nick. We got to go. Last one from Nick. He says, people need to realize when Pat became the starting QB, he already had all-pro running back. Sure did. And an all-pro receiver. And, well, I don't know if Tyreek was all-pro, but he was on his way. And Darryl said, do you think our defensive ends maybe can hold the Chiefs to less than? I do. Take that Raiders blueprint and use it. Now we gonna head over to I'm doing some more, Joe. I'm doing one tonight, Joe, actually at 9:15. We're gonna head over to lunch break hot take. And when I end it, it'll take you over there directly, but you can also jump out and do that. But again, when you go over to lunch break hot take, let them know Coach sent you. Hashtag Coach sent you. That's what we're gonna do. Hashtag Coach sent you to lunch break hot take and tell them and let them guys know and support them guys and just support all our content creators, man. Because we're gonna have a great conversation over there. I'll be in the chat. And Agent E said, give us our points. You right, sir. You right. I got the yapping. So you get 25 and you get 50. Let me give you your points before we get up out of here. Appreciate it, Agent E. I'm going to have to claim you on my taxes the way you be trying to get points from me. See if I can get a refund because of you. All right, both of them. I gave you 50 and your 25. So now we going over to lunch break hot take. Appreciate you guys. And let them know Coach sent you. Peace and love. Thank y'all again.